preparing to stream the meeting.
Oh yeah, this is really messed.
Have fun, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
You have fun.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna mute this. Okay, just let's give it a minute or two to let people kind of join if they are even going to do so.
So what's the plan? How are we?
So Allison is going to read the screen directions, and yeah, everyone's going to read their lines, and yeah, you'll get a good cue when you're coming up, Coco.
All right, cool.
Sweet. I have no idea how to tell if there is anyone here or not, but I'll just give it like 5 minutes. Oh, 4 watching now.
You could also say, hey, if you're here, say something in the comments, and then that would give you an indication.
Yeah, no, I see there's 5 watching now. The numbers are coming up.
What are we streaming?
I'm streaming from Zoom to YouTube. So I'll send you all a link when it's done.
It's my mom on 6 devices.
I haven't watched YouTube in a long time. It's been a bit.
Yeah, it's the only real thing I know how to stream to. So
well, everything else is kind of a pain. Like I know a lot of people use Twitch, but Twitch sucks.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with it. So, and I knew that Zoom and YouTube interfaced quite well. So I just went for it.
Yeah.
I am fully in support. I miss you like a lot.
Yeah.
And I miss all of you, even if I don't know you.
Yeah, it's like it's a crazy time. I feel like
crazy time.
I've been in touch with people more so than normal though, which is interesting because you think it'd be less that we're all isolated, but Zoom has kind of opened up the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do miss a hug though, I have to say.
Yeah.
I've been connecting way more with people, which has been a pleasure. With people I just haven't seen for years. But yeah, my goodness, a pint and a hug are the two things that oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Honestly, the one thing I miss is hitting all the skate parks. Skating is my big passion, and I honestly, not being able to do it sucks a lot.
Oh, of course.
Okay, sweet. Oh, nice.
Miss
Oh,
picnics, like
all kinds of
outdoor
people
space.
here. Yeah. We saw some people picnicking at Griffith the other day. It was tempting.
Yeah.
Griffith looking like Coachella at one point. We had a friend go and they were a little concerned because there were a lot of people there. Yeah.
I mean, social distance picnic. I'm in. Let's do it.
Keep you in the loop. I'll start an email thread.
All the ants are like 6 feet apart too when they come to attack you.
When they steal your food, yeah.
Sweet. I'm just gonna give it like 3 more minutes and we'll start at 10 after 3.
Perf.
Woolly-o. Now, are we talking 6 people feet or 6 ant feet?
Ooh, yeah, is it scalable?
Accurate, yeah.
I think we need to do a scientific test on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. I just love your library. I'm just like so drawn.
I really have read so little in this.
There's a Japanese term for that, like buying books and then not reading them because I'm known
Sudoku. It's Sudoku.
That's it.
It's actually my favorite word.
I do a Sudoku puzzle every morning.
I was going to. You all should feel honored. I'm not in my PJs for the first time in 3 weeks.
Feels weird.
I love your T-shirt.
Yeah, same.
I don't remember where I got it though.
If it inspires anyone, below this T-shirt, I'm wearing.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, really embracing the character, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I could really relate to the character because I would love a better working penis, and
Sure, yeah.
I've thought about cutting mine off many times. So I don't know why I revealed that to you.
Who hasn't?
Better working, or like that as a categorization.
Yeah.
Trade up.
It's not very popular on YouPorn, but
you know what? Give it time.
Good working penises.
Is it bad that I've committed all of my cues and like all 3 of my lines to memory?
No,
That's
it's great.
awesome.
It's
I'm
great.
jealous.
I love
We're
it.
gonna we're all gonna really go for it. We're gonna go for it.
Mhm.
It's gonna be it.
These are going to be the most expressive screen directions that have ever been read.
I've been
Yes.
saving up,
Yes.
Yes.
misspent, unspent energy. So I'm going to put it all into this.
Yeah.
Love
Let's
it,
live our
love
best COVID lives.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay,
hear
so-
me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool. I
Everyone
can't
else
hear
here,
myself.
Alex?
Just checking.
You're good.
Yeah, I hear everyone else.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's start.
Hmm.
Welcome anyone who's watching at home. Welcome all of you. Thank you so much for being here. You have no idea how much it means to me and how much it makes me feel like a real person doing real things in real life now. It's really cool to do this and get outside my box. Before I preamble the script, I want to introduce everyone. From the top left, we have Grace Lynn Kung. And over there on the right, we have Jordan Gavaris. Then we have Eric Lampaert right there in the middle left. Then we have Allison Price in the middle there.
Hello.
Dalal Badr, middle right. Down on the left, we've got Coco Atama.
Hi.
Then down there in the middle bottom, we've got Alex Stypula.
My name's not iPhone.
Last but not least, we've got Hemang Kaul down in the right bottom corner.
Let's play Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
Kind of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. So the script is very much a work in progress. The idea with the script in general is to kind of explore POVs and characters outside of my normal experience and outside of the sort of world that I normally work in. It's an effort to be, more of a listener, an ally. I want to lean heavily on the people that I'm working with, the people who are going to play these characters, to kind of create a safe space and make something fun and outside of the box and very topical and kind of now. So the objective moving forward is being thought-provoking through humor and opening ourselves up to new experiences and POVs. And I want to explore these characters with delicacy and develop them with open conversation. So if people have any questions, concerns, or thoughts about these characters, definitely comment down there. Email me at jmbhunter@gmail.com, and we can make something very memorable someday when we're all allowed in the same room. But without further ado, I present to you the short screenplay entitled Dick.
Exterior, City Park, night. Just beyond the spill of streetlight, we see the naked backside of Richard, 30s, male, Caucasian, hunched near some bushes and tugging furiously at his crotch. The camera creeps closer as he speaks in a low, rumbling tone.
On the morrow, he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before.
Silhouetted by the moon, his movements are slow and dramatic. His trembling hands lift a bloody, tubular mass in the air.
And the bird said, nevermore.
With that, he launches the mass hard onto the ground, giving us a clear view of Richard's severed penis. Pan to reveal JJ, 40s, homeless, filming the action with a smartphone. Freeze frame on JJ's wide smile. Title card, Dick. Exterior, City Park, later. Officer Kung, 30s, female, and Officer Badr, 30s, female, gape at the severed penis and halo of blood laying in Richard's wake. JJ eagerly reenacts the incident.
Okay. He was like, nevermore. And then he just like spiked it on the ground like a big old football. Quaff! Oh, quaff! And then just like that, like he was gone.
JJ points to some patches of blood leading off into the park.
Nevermore.
JJ smiles politely, presenting both wrists to Officer Kung as if she's going to handcuff them.
What are you doing?
Are you gonna take me in?
Did you do this?
JJ shakes their head no.
Any other offenses we should know about?
Again, it's a no.
Why would we take you in if you haven't committed a crime?
Girl, because I'm cold.
The officers get to work on the scene.
Okay, this is now an active investigation.
JJ takes the hint and heads toward a nearby tent. A beat of silence as the officers take in the scene.
It's gonna be a good night.
This would be easier if you didn't look so mortified.
Sorry, it's when you see it out of context,
Look, it's Tuesday and we're on the clock, so.
Kung shudders.
I can't believe I ever let someone fuck me with one of those things.
Can you stick to some kind of protocol and get through this, please?
Chapter 8, Section 3, Paragraph 69, you speak your mind when you're within 5 feet of a severed dick.
Badr rolls her eyes, dons some leather gloves, and reaches for the penis.
What are you doing?
We gotta get this thing to a hospital.
These gloves are porous. You can't just go grabbing a human penis off the ground with gloves like that. You need something sterile.
Badr rests her hands on her hips, thinks.
Yeah, I'll check the cruiser.
She takes a step, but Kung stops her.
I don't think anything of ours should come in contact with that thing. I'm not trying to catch an STD on duty. Let's call it in.
Okay, good point. Dispatch, this is 32235.
235 is Officer Kung with you?
Yeah, we've got a code. We need a. Shit. Oh, am I in the?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a code. We need a. Oh, shit. Suspect still at large. Male. Cut off his own penis. We're lacking the means for sterile extraction. Speed is crucial. Would that be an 8? A code 8. Yeah, go ahead.
A moment of silence as they wait for a response. Badr is about to call again, but a male officer answers.
235 is Officer Kung with you?
Affirmative.
Ask her how long it's been since she's touched a cock.
The dispatcher howls with laughter. We hear other officers cackling with him. Kung jumps in.
Listen, dickwads, this might even be a code 0.
More laughing. A different male officer replies.
Kung, maybe you can freeze it and keep it as a husband.
Dumpy, you only wish you could wrap your repressed ass lips around this thing. The situation is serious. We got a suspect on the loose and no way to safely transport his penis. Go ahead.
Another chorus of laughter over the radio. Kung is pissed.
Enough of this frat boy shit. Code 4 for now.
Kung almost tosses her radio into the bushes, but catches herself. She takes a deep breath, closes her eyes, and turns it off. Badr follows suit, and the laughter stops. They see that JJ has returned, looming over the penis to get a close-up shot with their phone. JJ nudges it with their foot for a better angle.
Can you please refrain from touching the penis?
JJ stops and presents both wrists to them with a pleading smile. The officers opt to ignore.
What if we use our batons like giant chopsticks and like?
No, nothing in mind of touching that nasty ass dick. And if you touch it at all, even with your shoelace, I will walk.
You wouldn't leave me here, like.
Kung grips her badge, threatening to rip it off. Badr stands down. More silence as they stare at the penis. A 7-Eleven at the edge of the park catches Badr's eye.
Have an idea. Guard the cock.
Kung sees JJ filming the penis and reciting Edgar Allan Poe under their breath.
Make it fast.
Interior, 7-Eleven, moments later. The door chimes as Badr beelines to the coffee and slush counter, auditioning the various cups as potential penis containers. After a moment, an uneasy clerk, Arjang, 30s, male, comedian vibes, approaches. Badr can feel his nervous energy.
You okay?
Arjang takes a deep breath.
You're gonna pay for that, right?
Sorry?
You were gonna pay for that, correct?
Arjang smiles a strange smile, gesturing covertly to the cash counter, off Badr's look. Exterior, City Park, meanwhile. Kung and JJ stand side by side, gazing down at the severed dick, deep in conversation.
Okay, but like, Queen, don't you think you're being like a little dramatic though? Because before it was on the ground here, it was like attached to a human being, like one who is clearly into poetry and it like had the potential to create life. So what is more beautiful?
Okay, to be fair, you don't need to get fucked by one of those things to have a child. It's just a delivery system.
That's true, but don't you think you're being like a little hard on it?
JJ smiles, but Kung doesn't bite. A pensive beat.
Right. Okay. So you're so right. Maybe this is a sign of a deeper systemic issue involving gender and how we treat it as a society. Girl, you know, a lot of people spend their entire lives inside a body that they don't feel comfortable in. We as a society need to rethink this whole man have to be man shit.
You're awfully chatty for someone who's homeless.
JJ smiles and nods to a nearby tent.
Girl, I'm not homeless. I'm cold. So, like, will irritating a cop get you a night in jail?
Off Kung's look, JJ raises both wrists and glances cheekily at her handcuffs. Interior, 7-Eleven, meanwhile. Arjang is craning his head toward the checkout in sharp intervals. His voice is forced and urgent, emphasizing his message with key words.
You cops come in here like dicks and take bleeding me dry. It cuts through like a knife. And I see you from behind the cash register. You take and take and take.
Badr holds a Slurpee cup, a straw, and a domed lid.
Yeah, I was just gonna take the empty cup.
Arjang face palms and ushers Badr to the checkout.
The slush actually costs nothing. It's the cup you're paying for.
Before Badr can respond, Richard springs to his feet from behind the counter, pale, wild-eyed, and wielding a knife. He's naked and bloody, save his diaper-esque underwear stuffed with dark red paper towel. His eyes dart around the room feverishly. He leans onto the wall for support, keeping one hand on his crotch.
Prophet, thing of evil.
Badr drops the Slurpee cup and draws her gun. Arjang thrusts his hands in the air.
God, you need me to spell it out for you, don't you?
Yeah, that would be helpful. Yes. Let's drop the knife, buddy.
With a surge of adrenaline, Richard doubles down and waves the knife in the air.
Nevermore.
Badr reminds him of her gun.
I'll ask you once more.
Richard licks his parched lips, staggers a bit. He fiddles with his wound. We catch a glimpse of remorse.
Wretch! Thy God hath lent thee.
What did you call me?
It's Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, I know it's Edgar Allan Poe.
A beat on Badr's expression, she makes a call on her radio.
Kung, I've got the suspect here at the... shit.
She turns her radio on and tries again.
Kung, I've got the suspect here at the 7-Eleven. Get your ass over here.
Make sure to ask if he's free Friday night.
More laughter over the radio. Exterior, City Park, meanwhile. Officer Kung and JJ still at the scene, deep in discourse.
Okay, but like, what if I took your gun?
Yes, you would be arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And your arm would be broken in at least 2 places.
Jesus.
Kung's phone rings. Badr is FaceTiming her. Kung gives JJ a look of warning, answers the call.
Go for Kung.
Okay, I've got the suspect here at the 7-Eleven.
Quaff! Oh, quaff.
You need to grab his dick and get over here.
Kung hangs up, flips her radio back on, and thinks for a second. She turns to JJ.
Okay. You want to get warm?
Yes.
Interior, 7-Eleven. A few minutes later, Badr, Arjang, and Richard are at a standstill. A long beat. The door chimes. Kung and JJ enter. Kung instinctually draws hers. Arjang throws his hands even higher in the air.
If you shoot me by accident, it's still a hate crime.
Night keeps getting better and better.
Do you have the penis?
JJ proudly displays a small grocery bag, sagging with the weight of the dick. A second later, the bag tears, sending the penis on the floor with a wet thud.
Ouch.
Richard points his knife at the fallen cock.
Prophet still, if bird or devil.
Kung gets close to Badr, lowering her voice.
What's the plan?
That Slurpee cup on the floor there.
Kung sees the cup on the floor. She rolls her eyes but resigns to her fate, struggling to get the cock into the cup.
Those are buy one, get one free, by the way.
Okay, you are distracting me.
She snaps the lid on and gathers her composure. Richard eyes his dick, a tight fit inside the Slurpee cup. He speaks through a maniacal grin.
But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling.
Can we just...
The door chimes as Coco, 20s, male, visually impaired, enters the store and makes his way to the counter with his white cane. Everyone stands frozen, tensely watching the scene unfold. Coco stops casually at the counter.
Pack of Newports.
Arjang keeps one hand in the air and reaches for the cigarettes. He eyes the cops as he rings in the cigs.
That's $7.84.
Kung and Badr exchange glances. Coco hands Arjang exact change and makes his way to the exit. He reaches the door, stops, and looks over his shoulder.
Is that a penis in a Slurpee cup?
Yeah.
Gross.
At that, Coco leaves. The door chimes, breaking the tension. Richard doesn't miss a beat.
Straight high wheeled.
Enough!
Kung snaps. She pushes the Slurpee cup into JJ's hand and charges Richard. He cowers behind his outstretched knife. Whack, whack. She slaps the knife out of his hand with ease and smacks him hard in the face, snapping him out of his dissociative state.
Ow!
She shines a flashlight into his repentant eyes. He looks down at his crotch in horror.
Sir, please remain calm and tell me what's going on. What's your name?
Richard?
Richard. You're safe now. We're not here to judge you. We're here to help. Now, can you tell me what happened?
Richard's eyes dart around the room until they land on JJ. Richard lights up.
Did you get it? Let me see my phone.
Did you get what?
My foray into fame. I gave our friend here my phone to film it.
Basking in Richard's compliment, JJ notices Kung's look of betrayal and offers her an apologetic shrug.
Bro, I told him I was trying to get arrested.
Someone better explain what the hell is happening right now.
Richard reprises his theatrical manner.
Squelched are the voices of the straight white male artist, lest he be forgotten. Oh la la, so controversial.
He mimes ringing a doorbell and has a conversation with himself.
Ding dong. Who's there? It's a book deal. Oh, how are you, book deal? Oh, I'm fine, thank you for asking. Your story had me in stitches.
The officer's jaws drop to the floor.
I see your looks of dismay and I raise you this. This puts me into the conversation. Real deal trauma to bring to the table, you know, a story worth telling. Maybe I can finally get one of the films made, eh?
Look, trauma isn't something you wear like a badge, okay? And appropriating trauma for personal gain and passing it off as art is just, I mean, it's absolute.
The most bullshit thing I've ever heard, and that includes the tacky poetry.
But like, actually, if you think about like the Raven is Edgar Allan Poe's erection and the gentle rapping at his door girl as the bursts of blood flow that push through his like little boner against his underwear, then it's kind of like brilliant.
This guy gets it.
Kung lets off a puff of furious air but catches herself, takes a deep breath. She whips out her cuffs and slaps them on Richard.
Lucky.
You have the right to remain silent, but something tells me you want all this white privilege on acid crap to be heard in court.
Richard screams theatrically and Kung drags him to his feet.
Damn them all, if they don't say my plight. But would they see if I weren't straight and white?
Kung facepalms.
Look, Richard, okay, if you're going to hurt a lot of people, you're going to hurt a lot of people if you continue down this path. You need to take a step back, heal, listen, save some money for a good lawyer because you got pecker blood on just about everything.
Whether you like it or not, tomorrow my name will be trending, ding, 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 and I still won't technically have a penis, so I could have you both cancelled at the drop of a...
Richard's face droops suddenly and he collapses on the floor. The tension breaks with a collective sigh.
Wow. I cannot believe I just saw that. Give me the book deal, am I right? No.
Off Kung and Badr, deadpan. Exterior, hospital entrance, morning. The officers exchange a few words with a nurse, male, 50s, as they exit the hospital. They head to their police cruiser. Kung and Badr sit on the hood, taking in the morning light. Kung breaks the brief silence.
Men think with their dicks. Did old Richard give himself a lobotomy?
If we were detectives, we'd be two dicks who reunited a dick named Dick with his own dick.
They chuckle. Two hip teens wearing boxy clothing share a cigarette near an outdoor ashtray.
This world is so fucking confusing.
Who would have thought we'd end up in a timeline where kids dress like Gumby? You gonna be okay?
I don't know. Seeing a dick stuffed into a cup like that is like unlocked something inside of me.
Badr chuckles, pats Kung on the shoulder.
But think about it. When was the last time a dick made you come?
Oh my God, Kung. Are you finally opening up to me?
Okay, door's closing.
Okay. Let me think.
If you have to think, then
Okay,
I don't,
then, like last weekend.
without you helping yourself out.
Badr ponders the question for a little too long.
Enough said. Moving on.
Look, I don't see a scenario where we talk about anything else for this foreseeable future.
A gentle rapping from the back seat of the cruiser. JJ yawns, waking from a nice, warm slumber.
Y'all saved that boy's penis.
Kung opens the door and JJ gets out.
There was no saving any part of that boy.
Oh no, did he die? Well, I still have his phone and yeah, I filmed the whole thing.
He hands the phone over. Kung immediately deletes the video and hands it back.
Nevermore.
They hear a small commotion and turn toward a growing crowd outside the hospital.
Be that word a sign of parting, bird and fiend.
They all turn to see Richard holding his severed penis high over his head. He smiles at the gaggle of onlookers, filming the scene with varying degrees of excitement and revulsion.
Never.
At that, the nurse tackles him, but not before he launches his penis high into the air. It lands on the cruiser's hood with a dull thump. Freeze frame on the trio's expressions. Title card, Dick.
Well done, everyone.
Yeah.
Nice work, everybody.
Well done.
Great, that was really fun.
So fun.
A lot of fun.
That was great.
Cool. Thanks to everyone for watching, and thank you again, all of you, so much for donating your time and indulging me in my weirdness. Yeah, great job.
I was just gonna say I've never spent.
Oh wait, it just like it got all funny for a sec. What did you say?
Oh no, I just said I've just never spent so much time imagining what a severed penis looks like. But
Yeah.
I've had some good conversations with prosthetic people about it too, so it's been a fun journey going down this.
Yeah,
road.
the penis has been made. It's impressive.
Yeah.
I wonder what it looks like. Oh, you sent me a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, penises are weird looking.
Especially when
Begin with.
disembodied. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing grosser than a hair that's like not attached to the body anymore.
Yeah.
Just logistical question: does he keep the balls on, or
the balls remain? The balls remain.
off
Yeah,
too?
yeah. The balls
Oh,
remain.
wow.
Yeah, it's
okay.
just the shaft. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ask your nurse friend about it? Because you said your nurse friend had actually encountered it.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it was inspired by a conversation with Lisa, Alex, and Eric. I remember from our UCB class. We were exchanging severed penis stories that took place in Winnipeg, and I actually consulted her on some of the character choices, like just how someone would behave with blood loss like that, and how they would sort of exist with a severed penis. Oddly enough, we discovered that we both had multiple severed penis stories based in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
What
That's
is
a real.
there?
It's a
That's
real
so punk rock.
indication of what there is or isn't to do in Winnipeg.
Yeah, really though.
And
But yeah, shout
also-
out to Lisa Brisky.
If you did it in the winter, it would be so different. Like, I wonder if all those stories are in the winter, like severing the penis in the winter as opposed to the summer. 'Cause
Yeah.
that
That's the thing. I can't believe that this story takes place in LA. Who am I kidding? Of course I can.
I mean, all the characters and their reactions are pretty authentic to what we could see on a regular basis here.
That's
Yeah,
true.
no,
That's
you're
very
not wrong.
true.
Cool.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much again, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks,
Thank
everybody,
you. Thanks for having us.
Have a good
good
one.
to see everybody.
See y'all
Yeah.
Good to
soon.
see
Be working with you all.
everyone.
Later.
Great.
Yeah.
Bye.
Later.